So on the bench today for repair is a Sumsung Tab 4 tablet. Now it belongs to a friend of mine, and he said the battery's pretty awful, needs a new battery, and he's bought the battery. That's the easy bit. The hard bit's left to me. That's getting the battery in the actual unit. So I've already sort of got started my way off. I'm using plastic, basically a plastic pry tool, and this is a araldite mixing thing. What do you call it? Stick. What's araldite? It's yeah, they don't call it araldite in America, but it's anyway, it's resinous glue basically. So I'm going to try it now and move my way along and hear the clickings as it hopefully will open up. And I've warned him, this could all end in tears, either my tears or his. But I think I'm going to have to reposition this camera. It's a bit too close, I think. It's about the best I can manage, I reckon. I'm just going to slide this all the way along, and I've watched videos on this, watched them last night, and they make it look so easy when they're doing this. Well, it would be once you've done it the first time. I've never managed to do anything like this, or never even tried, so that one didn't go. No, it doesn't like that one. What else can I shove in there? Oh no, I'm going to go around the other side to see if I can get any better with that. Corners seem to be the worst bits. Guess you need maybe 2 tools. Oh, I got that one. That's a bit more promising. It's really hard to know if you're seeing this okay, because can't look through the viewfinder when I'm doing it, but you get the general idea anyway. And you can be fairly brutal with these without damaging them, according to what I watched anyway. Yeah, that's got that one. It's just these corners seem to be a bit of a hassle. Bloody corner. Alright, got it. Now we're getting somewhere. Right, that's it. Wow, well, it wasn't too hard. Nothing has really been damaged. Maybe the odd scratch here and there. But this is what we've got to do now. It's got to get the battery out, and that involves First of all, removing the tape that holds down these flat flexes. So just find me a piece of my tweezers. Maybe go from that one. And I hope to reuse these, because I haven't got any nice tape like this. Keep meaning to buy some Kapton tape, but it's rare that I would probably use it. Although having bought it, I might use it quite a lot, you never know. And I think there's one on there. Yeah, I think there's a bit of tape. Bit of tape on that one. Got to try and remember where these all go. Okay. Maybe if I just fold that back a bit, I can leave it on there. Now of course you've got to get these I think there might be one on this one too. Yeah, definitely one on this one. Alright, that goes all the way across, yeah. Be fairly careful with these flat flexes. I think that's probably enough. Now, I don't know if you're seeing that alright. But anyway, next bit is to lift up the locks. That's it, lift that one up. That locks the flat flex in place. And that one's done. So now, in theory, they should just... I've got to get all this off, I think. Probably better to... Don't know. No, it might be alright, leaving those together. Yeah, okay. And try and keep those out of the way while I'm working on it. So what have we got left now then? We've got basically 4 little black screws. Right, 4 little black screws. Which do not seem to be magnetic, which is annoying. Right. Okay, that's 2 out, 2 to go. Last one. Right, that's the... I wish these weren't dangling around. I don't know what to do with them though. Now you gotta get the old battery out, which I imagine may be stuck in somehow. I'll just find something to maybe prise it out with. Right, that's good. And same thing on the other sides. They seem to be just like plastic clips. And that is the battery coming up nicely. At least they haven't glued it in. And one thing else to do is to unplug it. Quite sure how it unplugs. I think it might lift off. Yep. Right. Well, that was quite successful so far. I think maybe the hardest bit is over now, and get the new battery in and get the case back on without cracking anything. So I'm just going to pause for a minute while I have a shall I have a fag or shall I have a cigarette? No, I'll have a cigarette. Fag's the American expression of... Yeah. That's the expression the Americans can't get on with. And I need a cup of tea as well. Okay, so having got this old battery out, can't see what I'm going to do with that, so it might as well just go in the bin. And I won't get it mixed up with the new one. And... new one. All nicely wrapped up. To get into this bloody thing. Okay, got into that, right. So yeah, new battery. So let's turn this round a bit. And first job is to get the power connector back in, which I can maybe zoom in on. Right, that goes in fairly easily, and make sure I'm not trapping any of the flat flexes. Bit of a fiddle getting this to go flat. Right, it's just these nasty little clips. And two more at the other ends, I believe. That seems fairly okay. Right, put it back around this way. Ah, screws. At least I've still got them. I haven't lost them. Worst thing is working on stuff is either losing screws, which are so tiny, or at the end of the reassembly finding out you've got a few spare screws. That's happened to me a few times. I think manufacturers generally use too many screws, and there's usually a few surplus, but that's just my opinion. sure they're tightened. Yep, fine. Just 2 more to do. When you watch people doing this on a video, it's just like, it's so easy, but I guess they've done a few of them, and if I did another one I'd find it easy, wouldn't I? What I am dreading is when my cell phone needs a new battery, because it's all sealed up, you can't get in there. That's the modern trend with phones now, is to seal the whole unit up so you can't change the battery. So you have to have it done professionally, or you risk damaging the bloody thing and doing it yourself. Anyway, next stage, get the flat flexes back in. We'll turn that around a bit. Alright, that's in. And that one I think is in. Not forgetting to put the little levers down. Clamp it. Right, one more flat flex. And that green tape helps quite a bit. You can pull the flat flex by the green tape. Anyway, tape it over again. Oh, I forgot to do the little clip. Right. So what I'll do when my phone needs a new battery, I'm not quite sure at the moment. I may try doing what I've seen people do, which is heat it up, because it's glued on. The back of the phone's glued on. And, I mean, people do it all the time, so there's no reason why I can't. It's just having the confidence to attack a cell phone that cost a couple of £100, which is not a lot of money for a cell phone, but it's good enough for me. That's all I need. Right, thing to do now is to turn it on and try it before we put the back on. And where is the power button? I have to look on top. One more flat flex. One more bit of tape. One more bit of tape, which was on this one, I think. Don't know why they didn't bother with any on that one or that one, but whatever. So that's the charging port down that end, and that is the power button. And that's going to be difficult, making sure they all are located where they should be. But anyway, so the one on the end is power, and I'm sure there'll be enough charge to get this going. Could be the new battery's discharged. No, it is starting up. I thought it would make a noise. So that's a good sign. Ah, now it makes a silly noise. I don't think there's any sensitive stuff on the front of the screen. Takes a hell of a long time to boot up. Quite an old model, I guess. Yeah, so that's working alright. So now I've got to just turn it off again. Forgotten where my buttons were. Buttons. Oh dear. Right. Right, power off, that's what I want. Okay, now I can put the back on. Maybe starting at the top is the best. Not so sure about this button now, that's the power button. It just seems to stick down too far. I need to have a look at that in close up. I'm going to have to get an eyeglass, which my dad used for watchmaking. Okay, well, yeah, I've sorted that bit out. It's the one of the rubbery bits that got in the wrong place. I suppose it's just a matter of going around it and re-clicking all these bits back together, hoping the buttons work. I'm hoping I don't have to take it apart again. That's it, back together. What do I do with it now? I suppose I better test it again. That's come on already, okay. Okay, so I better test all the buttons work. That's the power one, which turns it into standby mode. Volume. Right. Yeah, volume's working fine. And that's about it. I think it's fine. Now what do I need to do? I need to get the charger and test that. Okay, I've got the charger cable and it's too short, but I'm going to have to squeeze it now. It just about reaches. I made a noise and we've got a little icon, I think, up here, which shows it's charging. So that's all fine. So I just have to yeah, I think what I'll do now is I'll turn it off. Turn it off, and it's always nice to give them a clean screen, so I'll get some alcohol and clean that screen off. Too much alcohol, but I can always inhale the rest as I'm doing it. Well, that went fairly well, didn't it? I mean, I'm not sure I'd really want to do this for a job, because there's always a chance something's going to go wrong and you're going to ruin their precious phone or their precious tablet. But anyway, that's the end of the video, and not the most exciting video I've ever done, but I guess it's better than nothing. Anyway, bye for now.